Hey, 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 Linda Borghi from Farmer Yard, live here in Brooksville, Florida. And today is a leaf day, biodynamically speaking, and it's time to plant the kale. Let me flip my camera around. We are going to be planting dinosaur kale and red Russian kale. Step 1. Remove your shoes. That is correct. Let the ions from the earth start going into your body. When we put rubber on the bottom of our shoes, that stopped that energy from coming. So, step 1 is remove the shoes. Okay. Step 2, I already have the rake down there, so we're going to walk down the path here. Dun, 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 dun. It's nice and soft, so it's not a problem. So here I have a rake, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step on the handle of the rake. I'm going to step on it with my feet. Now, and then I'm going to pick the rake up. And now I have an indentation. Let me get out of the sun there. An indentation for the sowing of the seeds. And then what do? I repeat. I just put the rake back. Make sure it's kind of straight. Because the worst thing for me, let me flip the phone around. The worst thing for me is to plant my 25-foot beds, and then when they start to germinate, it looked like I drank too many Coronas because it's going every which way but loose. But here you could see that it makes a nice indentation, and kale and lettuce and all of the green seeds are really tiny. So it doesn't really need a very deep indentation. You know, it could just be the rake handle. So step 1, remove your shoes. Step 2, after your bed's prepared, that's how you make your furrow. And step 3, but I always start with step 3. You always have to have music. So let me show you the rest of this yard farm here. Here at Mr. G's Eggplant Factory. This is Mr. G. And Mr. G does everything. He mops, he plugs things in. And he's even taught me how to water. Let me turn this on. Oh, they shut it off at the spigot. But he waters the whole plot. And all I have to do is spin this tool, and it gets all the way around. So what I have here are containers that my cousin has quite a few of that he hasn't used in years and years. I have 63 of them. 30 of them will be in flowers. Every other one will be flowers, one will be greens. One will be flowers, one will be greens. I even planted, oh, it fell over. Oh no, I hope it takes. I even planted a toilet paper roll because, you know, you never know. And these are all lined up in a row. So far what I have in the ground are rainbow carrots and cucumbers. Cucumbers that look like lemons. They're yellow and they're shaped like a lemon, and you open it up and they look like a lemon. But they're not a lemon, they're a cucumber. So that's that side. There is a gravity-fed drip irrigation system. My cousin had a rain barrel, looked like a 30-gallon vessel to me. And off of this, I'm watering right now. I'm watering. This hose is wet, and it goes all the way down, and all the way around, and all the way down that way. 100 feet, 30 gallons. Now we haven't had rain, but I can fill it with the hose. See? Yep-a-roo. So let's go this way. This is my collection of flour bags and breadcrumb bags. My cousin's eggplant factory, he processes 7,000 pounds of eggplant every week. And those are beautiful brown paper bags. The flour bags, every bag inside of it has 3 layers. 1, 2, 3. But with the breadcrumb bags, 2 of those layers have holes in it. Let me see if I could show you. It's going to be hard to see it here. But all of this paper here have 1,000,000 holes in it. And that's because they came from the inside of the breadcrumb bags, because the breadcrumbs had to breathe. Over here, what I'm doing with the flour bags, I'm filling flour bags with the ends of the breadcrumb bags. And then I'm taking the eggplant boxes and putting it on top of this paper, or vice versa, I haven't decided. And on top of the whole heap, I'm going to put cow manure. This is called lasagna gardening without the mozzarella. That is correct. Here's another thing I'm using that's in my waste stream. These containers, these parsley containers. These are all food grade because parsley comes in it. So I drilled 5 holes in the bottom of them with a cement bit, a real big one, a paddle bit, so that there's no problem with the moisture, the water going through. And then on the bottom, I put stones. And then filled it with, you know what, cow manure. And this is my herbaroonies. I always have to have a washing station because I get myself pretty dirty. And of course you need a scrubber and white washcloth and soap. And then when I get too hot, I just stick my patty in the water. Cools me right down. I have a few of these stations. So there you go, kiddos. Farming a yard. Did you know that a victory garden was grown to ease the pressure on the national food supply? That's right. And whoever's looking at this video, if you don't believe there is pressure on our national food supply, then you're not looking in the right places. I can teach you how to do all of these steps. This is my passion, is to share this information with others. Okay? All you have to do is ask. That's all. Text me, email me. It's not that difficult. You can farm your yard, eat very pure, clean food, sequester carbon from the atmosphere, and possibly save the planet. How about that? You like that? All right, baby doll. I will catch all of you on that flip side. Yes. And until then, look, 3 weeks ago, did you see this turf over there? 3 weeks ago, this here was that. See, you could do it too. Stay safe. Love you much. I am going to sign off now, and I hope to see you soon.